I started now. Anyway, everything whatever we discussed so far, it will be there in it.
Okay.
So I started now, and I identify attribute. Yeah, using it you can identify the groups, and the second one is restart attribute. Restart attribute will be used to continue processing of your input data even though the component is invalid. So that if we put the restart attribute, even though there is invalid data, it start processing for next records. It won't stop the map processing until the input is invalid. It will read the both valid and invalid records, and then at the output side, we have to do the error handling. We have to process only the valid records, and we have to create the separate error for invalid records. Using restart attribute, you can handle that. Size attribute, it will just specify the size of the item immediately followed by this item. So after once you created the type tree, you have to analyze the type tree if there are any errors. The other way of creating the type tree, you can import the XML schemas, XSDs or TDDs or Popal copy books, whatever it might be. By using this, you can create the type trees instead of creating from scratch. And for EDI type trees, as already told, IBM will be provided already as a package for actual EDI standard EDI packages. You don't need to create the type tree. And using the extended navigator, you can select the two type trees and you can compare the type trees. Okay, so today we'll see how to create the type tree for proprietary formats. Okay.
Okay. Yesterday you didn't send me this video, right? Yesterday's video.
I sent, right?
No, that is a demo video you sent.
Remove it.
Yes.
See that the overall view of the.
Yeah, I got it. That's good.
Just remind me every day when you post start so that I will start. You haven't got this video?
Yeah, okay.
Everyone all the.
No, that is a demo video. Second video I didn't get. Second.
This one I sent.
This one you sent.
What is this one? This is not also. This is also 59 MB. Okay, I think this is okay. And you downloaded the software. I uploaded the software also yesterday.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't download it.
I think I uploaded correct one only. See 2015 0502 20.39 WTX correct one only.
That is demo.
Demo. See that the overall view of the. Okay.
Yesterday you talked about type tree, right?
Yes.
Sorry, Map Studio or something. Yeah. You talked about Design Studio yesterday.
Okay, we'll see once this meeting is over. It seems there are. See that the overall view of the we can do that. Type this one basic the basic mobile number. Yeah, we recorded, right?
That is first one, right?
Huh?
That is first one.
No. Yesterday we recorded it for type 3.
Oh,
But it is not shown. Okay, we'll see at the end.
yeah, sure.
So now we'll start creating the type 3 for both pixel length and type. We will take some example and first we'll start how to create the type 3. Okay.
Okay.
So first we'll take the sample input is delimited. So take the example as first name comma the delimited is comma last name middle name age date of birth company. Okay,
Okay.
and new line. See here the new line is CRLF and the next we'll take sample data and maybe we'll take middle name empty and then age and date of birth. First name, last name, middle name, age, date of birth, company. So it okay. First we'll create the new project,
Okay.
extended project, and then if this is the workspace, and we have to give the project. So once you finish the project, it will automatically show the folders like map files, type 3 files, system files, database files, everything, miscellaneous files, everything. So you can save the project here. I mean, you can save your sample file here. So this is the sample input, and assume that we have to convert this delimited file to pixel length. So
Okay.
we'll create sample file for pixel length first name. So assume that the length is 20. See here down, the length is 20 now.
Okay.
The next one is the medium convert medium 20. Then the last name 20. Then age grade 3. So next one is the data. Sometimes first name is 20 characters, last middle name is 20 characters, last name is 20 characters, age is 3 characters, and then date of birth is 10, and the next one is company. So totally 10. Now you can remove this hierarchy. Let it be. So this should be the output. So I will save it. I mean, just this is the message structure to just I will say the length. So
Okay.
now 7, 6. So now we are going to create the type list for this message structure. This message structure is delimited, which is having only one. I mean, one kind of record, but it can occur multiple times. And that record will be having first name field, last name field, middle name, age, date of birth, company. First name, last name, middle name will assume these are text fields. Age is number field, date of birth is date time, and company. This is also text. Here also same thing. We'll assume maybe here we can change the formats. Now let's start with type tree. So here type trees are there. Just go and right click. You will get new import export. Import is to if you have already existed it is already type tree schema files. You can import it. Now we are going to create the property from scratch. So you have to create
Okay.
new type tree.
Okay. And what is the we have type tree maker also, right? Something?
Using type tree maker also you can create same thing. There is no difference.
Yeah. Okay.
And you have to create the project. Here you have to create the type tree. So here you make 07 input type tree. The extension will be MDT mercator type tree.
So
So
it won't create automatically.
thing won't create. Right, it's creating. It's creating. In 8.3 it's not created. In 8.4 it is. So it will create the root. Still, if you want, you can rename it to something whatever you want. Otherwise, you can leave. This is anyway free text only. Okay.
Okay.
So, as already told, there will be any component you create. There will be three classes. The component will belong to either item, group, or category. So
Mm-hmm.
first let me create the categories because any message structure will be having items and groups and then entire file structure. So what I'll do always I will categorize like all items under one category, all records under one category, and entire file structure under one category. So first let me create the categories as fields or element,
Mm-hmm.
and next one is records, and the last one is file. So file is having whole file structure. So this is
So
just
this is
category. It will not be
this is standard, yeah? This
yes,
is standard.
standard in
Like
most projects. It's not like
file record, no, file record and fields. That's the standard, right?
this is. I mean, most of the companies will follow like this. This is again
Yeah.
your client and your
Okay.
will follow like this. So now we are going to create the all basic items. So right click add. We want to add yes. So by default, when you create the under sub, it will be category already. So now you can change the properties. So first rename to first name, and you know these types won't accept spaces here. Name. See if we give the space or hyphen, it won't accept.
Okay. Okay.
Whether invalid type name. Even if we give
Okay.
hyphen also, it won't accept. It will accept only underscore. So you know when you type it, it will be knowing whether it is valid or no. So the next part
Mm-hmm.
class. So what should be the class?
Item.
Next one is description pre-text, intent is equal to pre-text, then item subclass. So item subclass is text only, right?
Yes. Okay.
Interpret as character. And size. So here size minimum and maximum. Should there be any validation saying that the first name should be minimum 5 characters or minimum 5 bytes or maximum? So if you want to mention the size, you can mention here minimum size and maximum size. And here
Mm-hmm.
bytes and characters, right? So what is the
Okay.
difference between bytes and characters means? Some cases, some languages is one character might take two or more than one byte, 2 bytes, 3 bytes, 4 bytes, special characters like UTF-8 character, Chinese character, Japanese character, even though it looks like one character, but it will take multiple bytes. So it is always advisable to mention the length as a character instead of the bytes, so that even though if we receive the special character, it will read as a one character.
Okay.
So here anyway we are not going to mention the size for delimited. If you want, you can mention. So you
Okay.
understood what is the minimum and maximum, right? And bytes and characters.
Okay.
And mostly we'll use the sizes for pixel length only. Even if
No,
you
not
can
for ANSI.
length for delimited as well. What Sony? What?
Okay. No, not for ANSI file. External ANSI file.
Yeah, there will be length, maximum size.
Okay. Okay.
Minimum size there won't be. Maximum size there will be restrictions.
Okay.
The next one is padding. So if the padding by default it will be no. If we give padding yes, what will happen? It will ask the padding value. Here there will be already predefined symbol. SP means space. Carries return, build, backspace, end up, and escape, end up text, form, field. There are different symbols. So you can select those symbols. If you don't want, if you want something other than, you can type it. Suppose you want to padding with A or A B, you can do like this.
So it will do the in the like the left side or right side?
That's why
Pad.
next see here next justify is there. So let me
Okay.
one by one. Next property. So here you will give the padding value. The next one is padded to. Here there will be two properties: minimum content and so padding will be here, two properties: minimum content and fixed size. What is meant by minimum content means if we select the minimum content, it won't ask the length. So what will happen? It will pad the to minimum size. If we give the minimum size here, it will apply the pad to that minimum size.
Okay. Okay.
If we then the so here it is not asking any size. If you select the fixed size, it will ask the length. To which length we have to apply the pad. Suppose if we give the 10, it will apply the padding. Suppose the data is coming for only 5 characters, it will apply the padding to remaining 5 characters. Suppose if there is no data, it will apply the whole 10 characters padding.
So here the padding will be space, right? It will apply space.
Padding is for space.
Okay.
And the next property is size as. Here also bytes and characters will come as minimum maximum. Here also there will be two options. So the next property is justify. If we give, there will be two options, left and right. So left justify means spaces will come right side. By default, for text fields, text items, the justify will be left. For number fields, the justify will be right side.
Okay.
So left justify means spaces will come right side. Right justify means padding value will come left side.
Okay.
The next property is apply pad. There will be two properties: fixed group and any context. Fixed group means group properties. Group property should be fixed, explicit fixed. We saw right where it fixed will come. It will come under explicit fixed. Group properties, group subclass, sequence, choice, unordered. Under sequence we have implicit and explicit, and under explicit we have delimited and fixed. So
Okay.
when you put here fixed group, the group property should be fixed, sequence explicit fixed. Then only the type tree will work properly. Otherwise, it will throw warnings or errors.
Okay.
If any context means irrespective of the group properties, whatever might be the group, it might be
Mm.
sequence implicit, delimited, no syntax, whatever might be, it will apply the pad irrespective of the. It won't consider the group property. Irrespective of the group properties, it will apply the padding for this item. That is the meaning of any context.
Okay. So it will pad to all group, like if it is sequence, then it will pad to all group. Like it will pad to the record, right? All record, full record, right?
No, I'm not getting. What is your question?
No. That padding, like apply pad to sequence or unordered or the order, like unordered.
No,
That time it will pad to uh, that particular
wherever,
group or
wherever this field is there, wherever this field occurrence is there, it will apply the pad.
okay. Suppose if last name is there, if occurring.
It might be unordered, it might be in choice, wherever this field.
Okay,
Apply.
okay, okay. Got it.
So the next property, so let it be padding no, okay, because it's
Mm-hmm.
our input. We are going to read the input, right? We haven't mentioned the any sizes or padding.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see examples for every property. Okay.
Okay.
Now the next property is restrictions. So, there will be three again here: value, character, and range. Value means it's what should be the. If we double click first name here, double click, it will ask
Mm-hmm.
input and description. Suppose if we enter the names like Boga, Sony. So what is that means? Include. The first name should have values only for the data for first name should be only Boga and Sony. If it comes other than Boga and Sony, it will throw error because there is no values for restriction list. And
Okay.
ignore case. Whether do we need to ignore uppercase and lowercase letters? If we give yes, it will ignore. Otherwise, it will consider the case letters. Whatever we have given, data should come in same as it is, uppercase and lowercase.
Okay.
And here rule. Rule can be either include or exclude. Include means only those data should come. Exclude means other than those values should come. So now if we double click it, here it will show exclude. So the data for this field should be excluding other than Boga and Sony.
Okay.
That is the restrictions. Similarly, for range, if we give the range, here also it will come exclude or include. Most
Uh-huh.
this range will be used for number fields because this will ask minimum range and maximum range. See,
Okay.
now we have given exclude, so that means it will be like this number. For number fields, so mostly we use. If you want text also, you can use this, but it will consider the internally. So exclude minimum, exclude max. What will happen? Apart from 1 to 99, the data should be anything. Include means the data should be between 1 to 99. Exclude means it will be other than 1 to 99. That is the exclude. I mean range property.
Okay.
So the last one is character. So what is meant by character means here it will ask the exclude referencing. I think now a exclude is there. Like first let me check. Let me tell. Include. This is something different for character. For everything, rule, value, character, everything will be include or exclude. So
Okay.
what is meant this include first for character? We can define. So include first. What should be the first character? Here we have to define like this. First character will be letter upper. So the first character should be uppercase letter. The next might be if you want something like digit, that means the next character should be digit, or if you want digit followed by letter, you can put like this. This is something like this meaning. What should be the character? What should be the first character and what should be the followed? We have
Like these are keyword, like some
yes,
keyword, digit, letter.
this is keywords. Letter,
Okay,
digit, letter upper, letter lower. These are all the keywords.
okay.
So this is the meaning of include. For exclude, but only we will use value and range in all the typeface. We don't use characters most of the
Value and range. Okay.
times. Even textual typeface also will be having only value. I mean, sorry for value. Range also it won't be there in textual. Mostly value will be there. Okay.
Okay.
Range, yeah, range might be there, but most of the fields will be having value.
Mm-hmm.
Textual typing. So what will happen here? It will be, see here, exclude and reference string. So what will happen? What is this mean? What will happen? It will in the input data. It will search for the reference string.
Okay.
Search for this string boga, and it will replace the boga with AC reference string.
Okay, okay. It replace like a replacement, right?
Replacement.
Okay.
If the data comes boga, it will replace with ACS. Whatever we
Okay, okay.
that is the exclude meaning. The next property, let me first delete the restrictions. We'll see. First, we'll don't put any. We'll go for basic.
Okay.
I'm explaining everything in the type field, and we'll see
Okay.
later. Okay. So
Okay.
the next property is national language, and under national language we have data language. So
Okay.
the national language is what is the name by default? It will be Western native. I think already told. It will accept the
Yes.
English, I mean normal English character. If you want
Okay.
the national language to Chinese, Japanese, Western, Italian, you can change it.
Okay. Okay.
French, German, Italian. So by
Okay.
actually it will Western, and data language will be UTF-8. So native means it will accept at the input side. If you give the native, it will accept all the characters. But what will happen? It won't interpret internally correctly. While doing the mapping at output side, it won't follow
Mm-hmm.
correctly. So in order to interpret that correctly, most of the time we give the UTF-8. And
Okay.
by default native, if we know that there will be any special characters, UTF-8 characters, because if we Google in the UTF-8 character, there will be something new characters in UTF-8 special characters.
So that is the advanced one, right? UTF-8.
That is the data
Like a
set.
no, like a super class for all, right? Maybe something.
Pardon? What is your question?
Like a super class, right? It will contain more than what native has,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes, yes. See here, the native will be all these 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, D, normal keyboard, whatever the keyboard will be having all these symbols, right? A, B,
Okay.
less than numbers, digits. But after that, small A, B, uppercase letters, lowercase letters, all these will be, we know that. But if we come down, see here, there are some special symbols. These are all the UTF-8 characters. You won't find it in the keyboard.
Okay.
So if we know that the customer will be sending the UTF-8 character, we have to select the UTF-8. Otherwise, by default, it will be native data language character set. This is basically character set. ASCII, UTF-8, UTF-16, like that.
So what about ANSI and EDF-8? That are
Yeah,
UTF-8 or some?
I think it will be. I hope it should be native only. I never observed.
Okay, okay. Yeah, once we do it, we don't see it.
Yes, because those are the standard time. Because it will be used by American companies, right? US companies. So and
Okay.
so there will be anyway they will follow English. So I think most of the times by default it will be native. If we want to use for some other languages data sets, you can change it.
Okay.
The next one is none, leave it, we don't need. And which are the partition? What is meant by partition? If we change the partition it will icon will get changed like this. Now we will add the two items. Like for date field, I showed some example like date and text. We'll see this example also later. If we change
Okay. Okay.
partition here, it will icon will get changed. See later again.
Okay.
Then type syntax. Here it will be having initiator, terminator, release, and empty. You know what?
Okay.
Again, for everything, it will be having non-literal variable. If we select
Mm-hmm.
literal, none means nothing is there. If we select the literal, it will ask the fixed. I mean, we have to do the hard coding like HTR something and ignore case whether we need to ignore the case or not. And if we select a variable, it will ask the default value. It will ask, and then it will ask the item. So here, this is what the syntax object. Suppose if we have created the syntax item here, it will automatically show here drop down.
Okay.
So we discussed, right? Very syntax item means we will add all the possible occurrences of value so that either will one will come, it will the type map will get read. Or mostly it will be for terminator I told, right? That is the here syntax variable will come here in the drop down.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, for terminator release, we know what is meant by release character also I told. So this is empty is there, right? This empty will be used mostly for, I mean, it will be useful for XML type keys. In XML, what will happen? You know XML, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is this? This is the name tag having no data, right?
Yes.
The other way of representing no data is this is also correct tag only in XML, right? We can put only
Okay.
end tag, right?
Yes.
So, but what will happen if you import the existing using classic type tree? The initiator will look like this. Name. The terminator will be end. Something like this. It will be like this. But the other, this is also valid XML only. Name end tagger. But because this is failing initiator and terminator tags, because there is no name and there are no tags, so in
Okay.
that case it will be useful for Excel. So what if we give literal and if we give like this empty tag, it will get validated. So it will check first, go to initiator and terminator. If it gets fail, it will go to empty and check. So that means if
Okay.
there is empty value in the input side for that field, it will check the empty
Okay.
property. What should be the value? So that if that is coming, that map will get automatically validated. I mean, that data will get validated. Otherwise, if there is no empty character and if data comes like this, the map will get failed saying that invalid is not matching initiators and terminators. So that's
Okay.
useful for XML type list. You got it right? What is the meaning of it?
Yes. Yes.
So now let's first check it. So release character I already explained. So order subtype, it's like when you're adding ascending, descending, add first. By default it will be ascending and we'll add the all the items in the ascending order. Where used it will be no, it's not we won't enter automatically it will come. So we created the first name item. Just what we said, we selected the class and we selected the subclass. That's it. We haven't changed anything other than that. We haven't set any property other than class and subclass.
Okay.
We'll see properties one by one later. Now we'll just create the basic properties. Okay.
Okay.
The next property is middle name, last name. You can copy paste. Copy middle name. You have to select here.
Uh-huh.
two fields data and last.
How you do the copy type?
Okay, see here. I now right click, copy. Okay,
Okay, right.
and
Copy.
select here two fields category like middle name. Next one is age. First we'll create the property, then we'll go for properties. Okay, date of birth, company. Okay,
Okay.
now first name, last name, middle name are text. If we go to age, it should be number. So item subclass should be number. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
when you select number, it will again ask some presentation whether integer or decimal. Mostly you will find integer or decimal. Now let it be integer. Now we'll see.
Then what about interrupt as character?
That's a
That
binary and character. Binary.
okay. Binary. Okay, got it.
So here also it is asking minimum size, maximum size. Here it is there is no bytes and characters. Why? Because numbers will be same in any language, right? One to
Okay, yes.
byte with which minimum and maximum. And here
Mm-hmm.
separator. By default, no, or everything will be no. If we give separator here, it will ask the format. There will be multiple formats. So what is this meaning? Format. There are two formats for integer.
Mm-hmm. What it mean?
That means suppose this is 1000,
Uh-huh.
10,000, right? The other way,
Uh-huh.
how we can the other way of representation is 1000 is like
2000, comma, okay.
comma. That is
Okay, got it.
separator. Here, if we put the if we select this format, okay, bracket is there, right? Inside bracket, this is the comma symbol.
Okay.
That is optional. This separator might come or might not come. But if
Oh,
you this separator, this separate, the comma should come for every like 10,000, 1 lakh, 10 lakh, comma should come. And even if we can change the literal, if you want something other than comma, you can change the value here. 1000 syntax literal value here you can change. Now it is comma. If you want something
okay.
dot, you can change to dot.
1000 means only for after the 1000 only it will add comma, like
Yeah,
1000
1000 will
comma.
be right. It will start from 1000 only comma.
Okay, the not 100, right? 100.
No, no, not 100.
Okay, thousands. Okay, that is why it is called thousands
Yes,
syntax, right?
yes.
So 10,000, 10,000 it will give comma, right? After 10.
Yes, it will.
Okay.
So that is the meaning of separator.
Uh-huh.
And then sign. Plus, if you select sign here, this is for numbers sometimes we'll be having plus or minus, right? Front side.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Yes, yes.
uh-huh.
Yes, right.
So
Yeah,
that is
plus or minus.
leading means means the sign will come at the front of the number. Trailing means that the sign will come at the end. Most
Okay.
it will be for number fields. It will be leading only. Whatever we do calculations, it will be even ancestral also. It will be leading minus leading plus because
Okay.
sign should come at the front of the number. Then
Okay.
there will be see here wait. Three properties are there. After selecting the sign value, there are three properties. If number is plus, if number is minus, if number is 0. So
Okay.
if number is plus, what should be the sign? By default, it will be there. Lead sign should be plus. Required on input, no. Required on input means whether it should come. Suppose if the number is plus sign, suppose if
Mm-hmm.
the number is a positive number, whether plus should come at the front end or not. If we put required on input, no, it's optional. If we put yes, the plus sign should come at the front. Even though the
Okay.
number is something like positive number, assume that 1000.
Mm.
Even for positive number, plus should come at the front. That is the meaning required on input. So if the number is minus, so if the minus, you should come right. But so that's why all the properties will by default it will show like the required on input. Yes, because if the number is negative number, if the minus sign won't come, WTX doesn't know right if it is number in minus or not. So minus sign should come at the front.
Okay.
Similarly, if the number is zero, whether plus sign or minus sign should come or not.
Okay.
And that is the sign. The next one is padding. We already saw for the character. Similarly, here also it will be same thing. That yes, padded to justify, apply pad. All this we already saw right in text. Restrictions also we saw, national language we saw, then type, syntax, initiator, terminator, everything we saw. So just we have set the here one more. We selected the subclass and presentation as integer.
Mm-hmm.
One number two. That is the only one change. The next one is date of birth. So here we are going to cover all subclasses. Now we saw text and number. Now we will see date and time subclass.
Okay.
So but, here also like I mean here also it will ask the format of date and time. By default it will be CCYY MMDD. The next one
Okay.
adding restrictions, national language, then partition, then types and time. All these same for every item subclass. It will be always same. But number alone, there will be sign and separator properties extra.
Okay.
So here,
So
I tell
we
you,
can change the date format. The format we can change, right?
yes, here you see here, you right click on this. Here date by default CCYYMMDD date. Here
Mm.
this symbol is for time. By default HS24 MMS. And
Okay.
if there are is there any separators? Suppose between maybe high
Slash. Okay. Okay. Okay.
something something between CC by memory, is there any separator like space sometimes or sometimes 3 will come. So just observe here. See like this it will come. See
Okay. Got it.
HS24 MMSS. That is the separator.
What is the subtotal?
Before space will come here.
Uh-huh.
And if we drop down here, there will be already predefined format. YYMMDD, MMDD, CC, YY. All these are
Okay.
predefined. If you want custom format, you can select custom. You can click here. You can do like this separator. You can put CCYY hyphen MM hyphen DD. Or
Okay.
there will be even this thing MON. MON means it is 3 characters like JNFEB
Oh, Jan. Okay. Okay.
like March. If you give month, it will come entire
Okay. Full month. Oh, yeah. Got it.
like that. Day means it will give Sun, Monday, Tuesday like that.
Okay. Week also is there, I think. WW.
Yeah. So you can define the custom formats. Similarly, for time also you can do custom formats. So see here already some 3 different HA24, 4 and MMSS like that. You can select the custom format. Here you can even give the time zone also. Seconds you can select up to millisecond fractions, how many milliseconds you want. And here you
Mm-hmm.
can select the meridian, whether you want AM, PM or 24 hours time format. Meridian, whether you want AM, PM will come only normal like HH. You select here HH instead of HH24. It should be H12 format. Then you can select the meridian AM, PM so that it will do like that. Or this will be zone, whether IST, EST or plus 530, minus 530. This is the time zone. You can put any separator between. Okay. You
Okay.
can define whatever the format you want.
Okay.
That is the date and format. So let's first give only date of birth, right? So we'll give just the date. So remaining properties are same. So now we created the fields. So next what we have to create record, right? Record is a combination of all these fields. So the class should be here group. Okay.
Okay.
So first I'm not going through subclasses and all. By default it will be sequence. First let me add the fields, then we'll go for so when you double click it, it will ask the component. So what should be the first component? First name.
So that's the sequence, right? It's ordered.
Yes, yes. So first name, I think last name, middle name, first name, last name, middle name, age, date of birth, and company. Okay.
Okay.
Now, when you observe this, when you right click on this field, it will give some identifier attributes.
Okay.
Restart attribute, identifier attribute, and size attribute, and set range. So now it will be,
Okay.
restart attribute where it will be for group level in order to read the data. Identifier is something. If we put identifier here, it will come like this. This is also at group level only will be used. Let me tell you set range. Set range, it will ask minimum and range, minimum and maximum. 1:1.
No.
Now this is
Mandatory.
by default
Mandatory.
mandatory. Even if
No.
not showing 1:1, this is mandatory. By default, it will be mandatory.
Okay.
Change set range 0:1 means this is optional.
Oh, by default it's mandatory, right?
By default mandatory.
Okay.
And if we put the 0:s, it is multiple occurrence. But field level 0:s, that is no meaning. It will be used mainly for record level. I will show you.
Okay.
But even though here mandatory, it's not like mandate. The data might be null because we haven't set any size at the field level. So, but delimited, still it will get validated. It won't throw. I mean, what I can say. Okay, first we'll see one by one. Okay.
Okay.
So now we have added the components. Now we'll go for group subclasses. So there will be three of sequence, choice, unordered. Now we are going to see the sequence. Okay.
Okay.
Here partitioned. As already we can do the partitioning at group level also. Now anyway it's not equal. Next format, implicit and explicit will come. So if you do implicit component syntax, it will ask delimited and white space. White space will not be used. It will be mostly used for XML. It's not useful for delimited. For implicit, either we will go for none or delimited. So
Okay.
if we give delimited, but suppose if your data is delimited at the input side, or most of we should use explicit only, because in most of the real-time situation, even though there is no data, you need the comma. I mean delimiter value, because at the backend application won't they will be doing the coding like this. Even though there is no data, comma should come, right. Otherwise, it can't interpret the data properly. The backend applications. So
Okay.
for delimited, always we will go for explicit and delimited. And here something is like content and places. I will tell you what is content and fix it later. Okay.
Okay.
So component syntax, but if we select the explicit, two options will come: delimited and fixed. So now our data is delimited. That's why we are giving the explicit delimited and delimited literal. Literal variable will come. Let's go for literal means hard coding. We'll do comma. Ignore case. Do you want ignore case or no? No. The national language location here. Pardon?
Variable means what you told?
variable I told it like for carry. I mean for new line we suppose very it can might be CRLF CRLF. If we don't know what might come, we'll put create
Okay.
a syntax item and we'll define here. Similarly for delimiter also we can add delimiter value like comma, colon, at the rate of whatever might be possible occurrences. And if we select here variable, here it will ask for default and item. Here syntax item will come drop down list.
Default. Okay. Default what we will give?
Default it can give anything like comma. By default, if you suppose first it will check the comma. If it is there, it won't go for item. Suppose if the comma is not there as a delimiter, then it will go for syntax item and it will find out the all the occurrences. If the delimiter is found, then it will read the data.
Okay.
Now to give the find property as yes, if you use the any even for terminator, initiator, wherever you use, you have to give the find yes, so that it will go for syntax item and it will check all the values in the syntax item.
Okay. Find if you give, then only it will check for components index, right?
Find should be yes.
Find should be yes.
Yes, yes, correct. Find property won't come when you select the literal. Only it will come for the.
Okay. 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 Got it.
So the next one is location. There will be three options: infix, postfix. Prefix means the delimiter should come at the front of the component. Infix means between two datas. Postfix means after data. Now
Okay.
our data is infix because delimiter is coming
It's a,
in component.
okay.
Prefix means it will come like this. First delimiter will come, then first name, again delimiter component like this. Postfix means it will come at the end. At the end there will be one more
Okay.
delimiter value extra will come postfix.
Okay.
That is the prefix, infix, postfix. This is normal, infix, prefix, post. That is the meaning. Now we'll do infix. This allow access trailing delimiters, right? This is the new property in 8.4. It won't be there in 8.2. This is the
Okay.
this allow access trailing delimiters and exclude character list is the new properties. I mean added in the 8.4 version. So allow access trailing.
What is it?
Hmm?
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Tell me.
Yeah, allow access trailing delimiters means if we give yes, suppose at the end of the data something is like this. Allow some delimiters are the extra delimiters.
Okay.
It will
Okay.
just trail the delimiters. It will allow the access. If we give
Uh-huh.
if there are any extra delimiters, it will throw error. That is the meaning of allow access trailing delimiter.
Oh, so how many you put, that much data it will expect, right?
Yes. Correct?
How much you put, that much data should come, or if
So
it doesn't come.
generally here now how many components are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So only
Okay.
5 delimiters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 delimiters should come.
Okay.
This,
What about extra? If it comes, it failed, right?
so if we
If
suppose if the data is coming like this, in 8.2 version it won't accept.
okay,
It
it will
just added
validation will fail.
yeah, it will allow access trailing. Trailing means at the end. Access means
Okay.
extra. Extra delimiters at the end. Will accept extra delimiters at the end. End of the
Okay. Okay.
and exclude character list. Do you want to exclude any characters at entire record level? If you want to exclude any characters at the character level, you can do here. Like if you want to exclude carry, return, acknowledgement symbol, line space, white space, null, these are the vertical tag, these are the symbol, or even you can add, or you can select the syntax also, literal and syntax variable. That is the so that it will exclude these characters. Okay.
What is that? Exclude this character. If that character come, we will exclude it, right?
Yes, yes, it will just it will exclude. I mean, by populating the data at the output side, it won't.
Okay.
And again, it will be having this type syntax like initiator, terminator. Mostly, it will come in the it will show for both item and group level, but most of the time this initiator, terminator, everything will be used for these three initiator, terminator. Most of the time it will be used for group level for a particular
Okay.
because
Okay.
entire record will be having initiator and terminator, right? Not field level.
Yes.
Very rare case.
Yes. Yes.
So
Okay.
if you want to put any literal, you can put. If you want any initiator, you can put that. First let it in initiator not required in our data. Only for us now terminator is required. First we'll go for literal, then we'll check for what is the variable. Okay. Now we'll put
Okay.
the CRLF.
So why not a new line? Same thing, right? CRLF and new line.
NL.
NL, yeah.
NL is the platform independent. NL is so what is meant by NL means it is platform independent. Like if you give NL, it will if suppose the map is running in Windows operating system, it will assume
Okay.
TRLF. If the map is running in the Linux environment or Unix environment, it will treat as the LF. That is the LF
Okay.
the default in the new line characteristic system or Linux.
Okay.
So if you give NL, the map will work for both the Windows and Linux operating system.
Okay.
Like suppose I mean it will work means only if CRLF and LF comes. It will treat NL means it will treat as a CRLF in the Windows operating system, LF as the Windows Linux operating.
Linux. Okay.
That is the meaning of NL. So now we created the record also. Now what should be this record should come multiple times, right?
Okay.
So now we have to create one more group file. So first let it add the double click on the file. Just we have to add the record component. So now here we have to set the range as 1 is to s or 0 is to s. 1 is to s means minimum one time should come, 0 is to s means 0 to multiple times. So now the file is having multiple records, the record is having fields. So this is our entire file structure, message structure.
Okay. Now file is having multiple record. Okay.
Multiple records.
One, two, so. Oh,
Now, if we go for file properties, we haven't changed anything. Subclass by default sequence is come. Now,
sequence.
we don't need to change anything because
No.
we don't need any delimited or pixel length, right? Because we already created a record structure. Now, only
Okay.
one
We can.
created.
Okay. We can also create for file level, right? If we forget to create record level, we can create the file level.
No, okay. What you will create?
No, no, the same thing. Delimiter, terminator. Sorry.
No. Why?
No.
Because it's okay. Let me tell. Okay. Now, what you are telling is here, don't give anything, right?
Yes.
Okay, let it be. No, I have given implicit here none. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so if we give like this and you are asking to give here, right?
Okay.
How,
Explicit, right?
how it will read? See, okay, let me check.
Explicit, explicit. Format explicit.
Okay, let me check this here. How explicit I have given. Okay,
Okay.
so what is happened now? The group properties explicit delimited we have given for file. Okay,
Okay.
what are the components available? Record.
Okay.
Occurrence. So what is this meaning is the component syntax. See here, component syntax delimited. There is per file we have only one component record yes occurs multiple times. So what
Okay.
it means for every record, suppose there are 10 records, 10 records
Uh-huh.
should be delimited with comma. That is the meaning. It will check what is
Okay.
the next what are the components available and that syntax it will be readed. It won't apply to record level properties, record level components.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
why you have to give the component syntax for record level.
Okay.
You got my point? See here,
Yes.
what the record
Yes.
is having? Record is having some 5 components. How each
Okay. Okay.
component get differentiate? You have to set the properties here. Component syntax format, component
Okay.
syntax, how it should get differentiated using delimited.
What is implicit you told?
Yeah, that's why I told like implicit delimited. If we select the implicit delimited, explicit delimited, and the comma won't get populated on the output side if there is no data.
Okay. Okay. I got it. Got it. Okay. Comma won't come. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
So now at file level, we no need to give any properties. Just because this is we are just using as a placeholder because we need the multiple record. That's it. For that purpose, we created just implicit group. We don't need to set any properties because we already set all properties. We set the delimiter value for all these components will get differentiated with delimiter, and each record will get terminated with new line. Only thing is we need multiple records. That for that purpose we just created an implicit placeholder. That's it. We don't need to set any properties like delimited and pixel length. You got it?
Okay. We don't need to give any property to file, right?
Yes.
File record.
We select the subclass. That's it. Group and sequence. That's it. We won't set any properties because all required properties have been set already at record level. Both delimited and terminated.
Okay. So
We
file
wanted to create
record.
multiple records. We just created one file because there should be something to put separate.
Okay. For multiple record, you are creating that file record,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes. Only for that
If
purpose I created. I just
okay, if it is single record means no need of file, right?
no need, no need. Yes, correct.
Okay.
Only for to accept multiple records, I created the file.
Multiple record.
So now you have to save this type here and analyze if there any error. Okay, structure logic. It is showing unused delimiter. There is a attended geo.
What is that warning?
I think something
Okay.
somewhere it is using unused. That's why it is showing. It's automatic.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no warnings and errors. So this is our so analyze structure. There is no error. So if we show here, this is our entire message structure file. So what it is having? It is having record 1 is to S. That means minimum one time is there. S means and multiple times can come. So what intern record is having? It is having some components. It is having first name, last name, and each component is differentiated with delimiter because the record
Okay.
is having property component syntax as explicit delimited with comma, and the record
Okay.
will terminate with CRLF.
Mm-hmm.
So we created our whole message structure for input. Okay.
Okay.
So next we'll create the pixel length type for tomorrow, and then we'll go for mapping.
Okay. So output also you need to create a type tree.
Yes, yes, yes. Or if you want, we can just create the map because it's not like map is should be having both input cards and output cards. The map can have only either input cards or output cards alone also. Because
So then,
when this situation will come, only input card means suppose if you want to do something validation, you don't need any mapping. Just you want to do the validation whether the data is as per the message type or not. In that case,
okay.
the map will be having only input cards. On the
Okay.
output part something like maybe if we want to set the some sequence reset, suppose if the map should run every day at 12 o'clock morning and it should reset the sequence like 0. So
Okay.
there no need of any input cards. There is no need data. The map will run only. Will set the integration flow designer. Will schedule the map and it will create the file for every day at 12 o'clock. Reset the sequence like that. It can have only output cards alone. That is small example I'm telling.
Okay. So we need to have both input and output. This type tree won't be a problem, right? For input and output separate type tree? No, no.
You can use same type for both input and output.
No, I am just asking like we can use
We can use.
or we can't.
We can use. We can use.
Performance wise, there won't be issue, right?
No, no issue.
Okay, as a standard only. Okay, we can create both.
We'll create both. Yes.
Okay, all right.
So this is today. I think we'll wind up right. Already 8 and we started.
Okay, done.